Well folks, here we are this evening, sitting in front of the beautiful Newstead House, part of Brisbane's history, and behind me over my shoulder you can see the new Breakfast Creek pedestrian bridge, and we're going to walk over that soon. It's a green bridge, as in it's painted green. I'm not completely sure what that means yet. I'll work that out. I'll get back to you on that. This video is part of a challenge, the Twisted Visions Summer 2024 Challenge. A bunch of us YouTubers in Brisbane got together, and the ones that were available, some of them were busy and had other stuff on their plate. Some people thought, it's just not my cup of tea. I get all that. And what we decided to do was throw a bunch of topics in a hat, pick a topic out of a hat at random, and we'll all make a 10-minute video in 10 days on that topic, mainly to see how we express ourselves creatively, how we interpret that topic, and how we really put it together as a story for you guys. So this is my video, and you're going to see this. It's going to go up at 10 o'clock on the 20th of February, up online, as is everyone else's. So we've got Walkabout with Rob, we've got Live Life and Prosper, sorry Rebecca, Live Life and Travel, I think. We've got Cam Carter's Adventures, Cam. We've got Adam with the Brisbane channel. We've also got Gizmo from Adventures with Gizmo, and myself. So it's going to be an interesting bunch, and I hope it all works out for us. It'll be interesting because the topic was a doozy. I'll tell you at the end of this video who thought of the topic. Was it me? And Rob accused me of rigging the draw. And believe me, Rob, if I rigged the draw, I wouldn't have pulled this topic out. It is, what do people get wrong mostly about Brisbane? Oh, it's a biggie. It's got lots of things. Straight away I thought, we get bananas and we straighten them and then we bend them again. Obviously that's too literal, but anyway, I'm sure everyone else has got ideas as well. I have my idea and we'll go with that very soon. So first of all, have a quick look at this bridge because it's brand new. It's part of Brisbane and it's the first time I've been here. So anyway, let's get into it. Well, Aboriginal people were here for tens of thousands of years before this place was discovered by Jimmy Cook. And probably some other people whose name I can't pronounce. But certainly Brisbane was a different place. The coast was out on the other side of Moreton Island, and there was a beautiful green alluvial plain between here and there with the river meandering through it, and it went into the ocean just north of Moreton Bay. So anyway, who found this thing? Let's have a look. Well folks, I'm sitting under this beautiful old white fig in front of Newstead House. It's to continue our talk. In 1770, Mrs. Cook's little boy Jimmy came sailing past here in his old-fashioned boat, and he saw this bay. He didn't enter the bay, but he saw it, and he called it Moreton Bay. And he named it after the Earl of Moreton, the 16th Earl of Moreton to be accurate, who was a past president of the Royal Society. So that was it. He stuck his flag in a few places on the continent. I claim this in the name of the King, and racked off back to England. Nothing really happened in this area after that. Then Matthew Flinders came past in the late 1700s, and he spent 15 days investigating Moreton Bay. 15 days, a long time. And he set foot at what we now call Woody Point, and he named it Red Cliff Point. And he named it after the iron-rich clays that were visible in the cliffs from the ocean down there, and still are today. So yeah, Matthew Flinders. He thought there was a large river here, but he never found it because the bay was too shallow for his little boat, the Investigator. So he racked off and circumnavigated Australia. Matthew Flinders, awesome guy. You should read his, it was a very sad ending to his life. But anyway, that's another story. Then John Oxley rocks up. He immediately finds Hamlet and Finnegan, the castaway convicts. And he believed there was a big river in this place as well. And the castaway convicts confirmed it. They said they'd been there. So they jumped in a whaling boat, went for a bit of a row, and went up the Pine River first, which he named originally the Deception River, which was later renamed to the Pine River because of the awesome stands of hoop pines that were growing on its shores, which are not there today, I might add. He then went further down and he found the Brisbane River, and he named it after, not this one, Sir Thomas McDougall, Brisbane. And you know that's right because it's written on the planetarium. You see it on the side there. So the Brisbane River came into existence in the early 1820s. So then, sometime after that, our old mate Miller shows up with Oxley and Cunningham and a bunch of prisoners and some guards, no females I might add, and they set up camp at Redcliffe and they start making bricks. See my video on limestone, go there. They started setting up, and within a few months he realised this is not going to work. The river at the Humpy Bond Creek is not, the water is not really suitable, so let's move. So you moved to North Quay. So when the boys moved to North Quay here, they set up the Moreton Bay Penal Colony on the shores of the Brisbane River. That was named quite a few years before by Mr. Oxley. And it went on for quite some years. In the early 1830s, the penal colony was closed and Brisbane town was named. So, what is the thing that people get wrong mostly about Brisbane? Brisbane was named after the river, not the governor. That's my conjecture. Arguments in the comments. So, welcome to Eden Glassy. Well, that was the name for Brisbane that was suggested by Forbes, who was one of Tom Brisbane's best buddies. Now, it was, however, called Brisbane Town 11 years after the Brisbane River was named. Now, Tommy Brisbane was only the governor for 4 years. He was recalled back to England after having a bit of a bun fight with Mr. Goulburn. In fact, they were both recalled, which is the posh aristocratic way of saying you get the boot, you know, the pink slip. The DCM, they don't come Monday, you get the sack. So, when Brisbane was declared a town in 1934, he hadn't been here for 11 years. Most people wouldn't have even remembered him. So this is my conjecture, that it was named after the river. Because Ralph Darling was the governor, another man I have very little time for, who was also recalled. There was a lot of infighting in those days. So, Brisbane River, Brisbane Town, Sir Thomas Brisbane by all means. Yeah, the river was most certainly named after him. But the town, I don't think so. Named after the river, that's my conjecture, and that's my proof of my conjecture, as thin as it may be. Keep rocking. T-Rocks out. Thanks to Adam from the Brisbane channel for this awesome topic.